Today's article is entitled Trump's War on Women Continues. The left is once again in meltdown mode over Trump's latest supposed war on something they hold dear. This time it is the president's wanton disregard for Obamacare's mandate requiring free contraception and his, quote, administration's increasingly bizarre war on abortion, unquote. The New York Times writes in an article entitled Why Judges Matter that the Trump administration is attempting to block access to abortions for, quote, undocumented teenagers and employee access to birth control. As if right on cue, a leftist hack federal district court judge in Philadelphia, Wendy Beetlestone, stepped in and blocked the administration's attempt at both saving human life and providing for employers' religious and moral objection to contraception. Now imagine the lengths the left will go through to get these young illegals to this country safely and insist they stay at any cost, only to authorize and encourage the murder of one after they arrive. And this is exactly what they are proposing by offering free and easy abortions to illegals. And for the radical left, this must be quite the quandary. On one hand, the more illegal alien babies born on American soil, the better for them. Everyone is a potential new Democrat voter. But on the other, abortion for all is sacrosanct. What to do, what to do. Regarding contraception, the judge writes in her long-winded 44-page opinion that the, quote, plaintiff, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, seeks to enjoin enforcement of two interim final rules, referred to as the moral exemption rule and the religious exemption rule, modifying the Affordable Care Act. They permit employers to opt out of providing no-cost contraceptive coverage on the basis of sincerely held religious beliefs or sincerely held moral convictions, unquote. She added that also, quote, it intrudes into the lives of women, unquote. Oh, the horror. In other words, Pennsylvania filed a civil suit to stop the Trump administration from allowing companies to opt out of the free contraception Obamacare mandate. Of course, employees may still purchase their own contraception, they just wouldn't be able to receive it for free through company-provided insurance. I suppose by making the women pay for their own contraception is somehow intrusive. Not sure how that is, but what I am sure of is that it's just one of many mandates Trump is trying to curtail that make Obamacare so expensive. But the judge will have none of that. It doesn't matter how expensive Obamacare is, as long as women get free stuff. The Times writes that Judge Beetlejuice then raised the obvious question, quote, who determines whether the expressed moral reason is sincere or not, or for that matter, whether it falls within the bounds of morality or is merely a preference choice, unquote. Her answer, the administration, quote, has conjured up a world where a government entity is empowered to impose its own version of morality on each one of us, unquote. That cannot be right, she wrote. Well, holy crap. A liberal judge, appointed in 2014 by Obama, has the unmitigated gall to write that our federal government should not, quote, impose its own version of morality on each one of us, unquote. She probably wrote it with a straight face and, like most leftists, failed to see the irony of her own words. I mean, really, who determines? For leftists, there is no other but the federal government to determine all things. Heck, maybe that's why she wrote it as each one of us. The left doesn't look at us as being each, only as a grand collective. So I once again applaud the president and his administration for trying to do the right thing. Regardless of how this latest encroachment by a leftist judge turns out, he should be credited for yet another